Hi everyone, this is Yarrow Stark here from Blog Mastermind, and today on the call with me I have a student of Blog Mastermind and someone who I've only recently come into contact with directly. Her name is Leigh, and Leigh posted a thread in the Blog Mastermind private forums where she was just talking about some of the success she has been enjoying with her blog so far. And I always like to get the people who are getting results on a call so we can find out what they're doing that's different from everyone who's not getting results. So, Leigh, thank you for joining me on the call.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's begin with the obvious question. What exactly do you blog about?
I blog about specifically. I blog about fat loss. My niche is fat loss, but I also blog about various training and health and fitness things of that nature too, motivation and what it all kind of encompasses. But as far as a specific focus, it's fat loss.
Okay, and is it fat loss for the entire population, or do you target a certain type of person?
It's pretty much for the entire population. I touch on different areas of it, ranging from if you need to get really lean for like fitness competitors and bodybuilders, upwards to if you have issues with being morbidly obese. Basically, fat loss is pretty much a definite. And there only comes little tiny areas in which that you need to tailor it for different kind of populations. So it's really easy to stay within that one area, but make it a very large area and go into it. But you could definitely, for anyone else who's trying to blog in health and fitness, there's definitely lots of areas where you could break into other realms of fat loss, but I try and cover it on a broad spectrum.
Okay. So how do you find yourself in this topic? Is this a lifelong passion of yours, or?
I entered into the fitness industry, not too long ago, in the aspect of trying to do it as a career. I grew up an athlete, and my life kind of took me initially into the area of art and music. And I was really, really bad at the business side of networking and promoting myself and things of that area. So my life kind of, it was at a standstill, and I started getting into training for myself more. And then I started looking online, and I'm a really big why this, why that kind of person. I have to know the details of everything. And when I started realizing just how wrong everyone had it and the information that wasn't out there, I saw an opening for there needing to be more people who were telling the truth versus all the propaganda that was going around. So I dove in, and I'm really good at it, and I really had a knack for it, and it kind of led me to where I am now. So I don't necessarily think that it was my life goal, but that doesn't mean that it really didn't click once I came upon. So it's really interesting how you may not dream of doing something, but you can end up landing at doing something when you least expect it. So
Right.
So then, yeah.
And when you say you dove in, when was the foray into blogging? When did you begin that?
I started with a blog spot, and I had me just a little Leigh Peele at blogs.com, and it was basically just for me to rant, about why do people do this, why do people do that, and here's some tips. I used it more as anything as a leverage to marketing for my business and what I was doing. I had a little bit of online business, but mostly I was just in person, just to give me some web credibility, really. And I in no way, shape, or form ever looked at blogging as a means of making money from trying to blog. I just looked at it as a means of just getting information out there and networking and showing other fitness professionals, hey, here's my blog and here's some stuff I'm writing about. Would you be interested in, helping me out or doing interviews with me or whatever? And so I started doing some interviews and things of that nature. And then I moved my blog to my main site through my own domain. And it basically stayed the same. I did exactly the same things, but I had a few, I had maybe somewhere around 100 to 200 readers, maybe 300 readers at periods of times if I did a really popular interview and somebody else linked to it. And I had occasions where the spikes would get higher, but nobody stuck around, and it wasn't something that made me any money. I didn't make any money from it. I didn't gain anything from it.
Okay, so I know that's not the case now. So how did two things? How did change, and where did Blog Mastermind fit into all of this?
Well, I started looking into areas of just marketing in general, and I saw some people talk about blogging and how you could use blogging for marketing your business, and I hadn't really found much success with it. And it's funny because I think that I got an email. I want to say that was from it was from Brian Clark, I think. Copyblogger. That's what it was. It was
Right.
Brian Clark from Copyblogger. And he had sent out an email about that you had just opened up your mastermind program. I literally went, I think, the second that I read it, because it just seemed like, oh, that's what I'm looking for right now, how to increase my blog and how to make my blog better. And I watched your video, and I watched the information that you put out, and it was really refreshing because you weren't trying to take it into this realm of stuff that I saw that was unrealistic. And you were being very honest and open about how you made your money and how you went about doing it and how the process can go. And it just had a very no BS kind of, this is what it is. I'm not promising you anything that's outlandish, but I am promising you, if you apply these kind of tools and everything, that you'll have success. So I literally, I probably where conversion wise, I don't know, but I watched the video and never had read anything about it before, but I watched it. I looked at a few things, and then I bought the Blog Mastermind series and started applying it from day one.
Okay, so you've been in the program since early August, would that be right?
Yeah, it was right when it launched.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the day it launched.
Okay,
Yeah.
so probably July 29 for that time, and it's September. It's October now, early October. So you've had a chance to go through some of the materials. Let's talk about some results, because this is what I really like to talk about. What have you what's changed now that you've been in the program for a few months?
The most dramatic thing, well, I guess really everything's changed. I went from, like I said, having a readership of maybe 200 to 300 on average to having right now currently. I mean, I hit some random spikes. I mean, sometimes I'll get upwards to 5,000 or 6,000.
Wow.
But sometimes on the weekends it gets a little bit slower. So I'll hit somewhere around 2,000. But on average, I'm hitting in the high 3,000 to 4,000 readers every day.
Fantastic.
And it absolutely, and it's it was not it was shocking how fast it just started to grow after implementing some of the things that I learned from the program. And then beyond that, I never, like I said, I never used my blog to make any money. I never tried to monetize my blog in any way, shape, or form. If I made any book sales, because I have my own ebook, but if I made any sales or anything of that nature, I made them basically through a forum that I work on, or through my emailing list that I had gained some customers with through my actual sales page, but never anything through my blog. And just through my blog, and this is what I put in your private forum section, the picture images captures, but just through my blog and just through affiliate launchings through that and the subscribers list of the people that had signed on through my blog, I went from making pretty much, I think maybe I'd say $20 a month to making this month or this past series I'm gonna easily clear over 4,500, and that's insane. That's insane. To me, that's absolutely insane.
Oh, that is fantastic. So $4,500 a month for the last month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there's two things we got to know now. Clearly, you've done something smart with your traffic growth, and you've done something smart with how you make money from your blog. So can you let's start with traffic, since traffic is a function of how you make money. Can you talk maybe, what is it you think personally that was the one or two significant techniques that you implemented, and be as specific as you can be, that really skyrocketed your traffic to your blogs, especially given how much growth you've seen in such a short period of time?
What I noticed the most part is for one, I think that it's really important that you be good at your job. And I'm really good at my job. But people were coming and they weren't staying. I'd have people come in and I'd have people read, but they weren't staying. And I also, I wasn't talking to them. And they weren't talking to me. I was talking at them, and I was relaying information, but not in any sort of a conversational format. And I wasn't putting up helpful information. My blog was about fat loss, but I wasn't really talking about what my blog was about. So one of the first things that I found that just absolutely changed so much was just simply commenting and asking questions to the people that were coming to my blog. And if I wrote a blog post, I tried to leave it a little bit more open-ended. What would you do? What do you think about the situation? What is it that you feel about this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Talk to me. And then when they would talk to me, I would take the time to talk to them back. It wasn't that I didn't want to before. I just, I was so busy, and I didn't see it as an importance, or I didn't really think maybe that they wanted me to. I didn't realize that they were coming there, not just for the information, but for me. Mm-hmm. So one of the biggest things that I did as far as keeping them once I got them there was actually talking to them. But beyond that, I had to still, bring them in. And, I basically, I talked and networked with other people in the industry, did interviews with them. They would link to me. And then I would link back to them. So interviews have played a very big role into increasing my traffic and getting information out there, giving away free stuff. and giving them what they want. They want free information and they want free stuff, and so I'd give it to them. I started making videos and helping them critique their bodies, things of that nature. I gave it to them. Podcasts, I gave it to them. I started giving them what they wanted.
Nice. So it really is a function of just providing more of the content that people wanted, and that, I assume, led to word of mouth and more people talking about you and linking to your videos and your podcasts, and just everything compounded. Would that be fair to say?
That would be absolutely fair to say. Okay. Most of my, I get very little traffic from, I occasionally will get like some random you stumble upon or dig kind of traffic, things of that nature. I'm not really huge on the social bookmarking just yet. The majority of my traffic comes from being on blog rolls of other professional blogs, being listed in forums where people are like, hey, did you see what this person posted? Go check it out. Because I watch my stats a lot. And, people basically sending others my way to look at the posts that I've made. Is the majority of where my traffic comes from, and I have a lot of bookmark traffic too. I have search engine traffic as well, and that has helped a lot too. But the majority of my traffic has come from me giving free stuff away, and them coming to claim it, and then telling other people, "Hey, she has free stuff," and then come claim it. But I also should note that I asked them what they wanted. And I think that that's important too. I didn't guess. I've sent out plenty of emails to my newsletter and subscribers list, or I've made actual posts in my blog and said, what do you want? And it seems so simple, I think, but it really made a difference, because when I started posting more of what they wanted, they started coming back more and more and more. So I think it's just really, if you want an audience, you have to cater to them. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been doing. And I think that was a big key of what I was neglecting doing.
And I think, let's say for people who maybe don't even have an audience yet to ask what they want, what would you say is the key for you, moving up to the point where you do have enough of an audience that you could actually, ask these sort of questions and get responses? Is it really the interviews? Is that what kicked off the first?
I think, one is and I think that this is true of most, from when I'm reading, it's true of most successes. And it's something that I've noticed a lot, is getting that one or two people to kind of help you out right. a little bit, and really having someone kind of see you for who you are and tell the world, hey, this is someone that I've noticed. And I think interviews are an excellent aspect and an excellent way of doing that, because, let's be honest. I mean, we all have egos to some degree, and someone asks you to do an interview. I mean, you just, okay, you want to
Yeah.
you want to know about me? Okay, that's cool. And it excites the person. It
Yeah.
excites the person, and you form a relationship with them. And it does not have to be fake. It does not have to, it's not going to work if it's fake. But if you're genuine and you really care about getting the information out there, and you care about learning about that person, and then provide them with the means of getting their information out there and getting their story told and their sources and all that kind of stuff, I think it's an excellent way to network and build a relationship with a person. So I definitely think the interviews are play a huge role. And beyond that, if you don't have any traffic whatsoever, then you're going to have to go where the people are, be it someone else's blog and commenting, or be it go into the forums. Now, I've had a lot of success with forums, but I've been even though I haven't been blogging for a long time, I've been a forum head for years. Since '99. I've been in forums in one way, shape, form, or the other. And so I've always found a lot of success with forums, and I'm a moderator of a forum. But and here's the thing, even being a moderator of a forum that has a 61,000 rank in Alexa, I still had very few readers because I wasn't asking for them. Mm. And so I think that definitely don't be afraid to just throw yourself out there and say, look, I got the goods. I'm good at what I do. Come and find out from me. So I think confidence is a big key too in presenting yourself to people to interview, and in presenting yourself to the people that you want to keep. Confidence is very key.
Very nicely. Thank you for that. Some great advice there for people. And I love the fact that we're doing an interview right now. And I'm sure that you, like you said before, it's everyone likes to talk about themselves. So we're proof in concept right now, right here. So,
yeah, I could talk for a while about me.
Oh, I love talking about me too. So
I would not be where I would not, and I 100% believe that I would not have gained the stats and all the traffic and everything of that nature had I not followed your principles. And I think that you've done a fantastic job at putting them together in a very, I don't want to say the word idiot proof, but yeah, it's idiot proof. I mean, it really is. It takes a lot of, it did take a lot of work. I worked really hard at it. But the information is completely there. And I just found it to be fantastic. And I still am finding it amazing. I'm sure tomorrow, the next email I get, I'm going to be like, going to be spending some time on that and be excited about it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, let's talk about the really fun stuff now, the money. And everyone loves this. So what I find really helpful is if you could start by just talking about how exactly you do make your money, and then we can talk about, beyond that. Let's start with that.
I make the majority of my money through my own ebook sales. I have an ebook product in which that discusses fat loss and how to lose fat. And it was my baby. And I sell through a side link in my fold, above my fold. I have two things. I have my subscribers list, and then I have the availability to buy my ebook. The majority of my sales, I would say, I did the statistics, but I think it was 65% of my sales through my blog came through my ebook. The rest of the sales through my blog comes through affiliate sales. And what I do is I find a product that I support and that I believe in, and it's in my field. It's not easy, at least from my angle. But I find a product that I support or I believe in, or I find there's also some other areas too. I'll get in that. And I get the affiliate link, and I post stuff about it, and I give my review, or I keep it on the sidebar area, and people will click through those. And when they click through them, and if they buy them, then it tells the information or the sales card or whatever that that purchase was made because of me, and then I get a percentage of that sale. That percentage is different depending upon what the person themselves who are selling the product sets it up as. Mm-hmm. It can be anywhere from half to 75% to 15%. It just depends. And I get that money. The majority of my sales come through ClickBank because I really like the ease of digital products and affiliations for that, and I like to keep it all in place. But I also do shopping cart. I also do other things like just writing a simple post about nutrition. I can put up some foods, and if people buy those foods through Amazon or through a couple other supplement sites, I make a few bucks here and there off of that. It's a collection. After my book sales, it's more of a collection. And I just keep it going like that. And so I get some from Amazon, I get some from other sources, but currently I do no advertising. I don't do any advertising right now. I haven't jumped into that yet.
All right, so book sales and affiliate promotions would be the big two. What is there anything you can say that you did differently after joining Blog Mastermind with the marketing? I know you've got an email list to start with, which is fantastic. You had that beforehand, but can you talk a little bit maybe about the whole? Why do you make so many book sales? What's the secret there?
I have I'm just that good. But no, I had an email list, a subscribers list prior to really diving into my blog, and I'm not going to say that didn't help to some degree, but it has grown massively since. I've increased in readership by 2,500 subscribers to my emailing list since doing the blog as well, and that is basically it took me years before that to get like half of that. So, I mean, that it's a really getting subscribers on a list and not unsubscribing when you mail to them. That's like a really big deal. So, but yeah, I have my email list, and I got the email list primarily through my sales page for my book. And for my sales page for my book, I would have, do you want to find out this little secret, or do you want this free report? Please download it. I have found free reports to be amazingly helpful. I take my time in my free reports and the free information, and that's the thing you cannot, in my opinion, you can't skimp. I was shocked at your free report, though. It blew my mind. Like, that was just downright a book that could have been sold. And it really, I'm working on one that I hope is on that kind of a level, but it's like a book, so it's taking a while. But free reports were really helpful for me, offering people, like I said, just giving them stuff and free stuff. But so I had people join the list, and then I haven't been able to do it as much anymore. But whenever I'd have someone join, I'd keep a file in my email, and I would say hello. And I think that's and no one's. I would always get people that said no one's ever done that before, really. And I would take just 5 seconds, and it did not take long to just simply say hello. This is me as a person. I'm not a robot in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to say thank you for joining the list, and if you ever need any help, just contact me. And obviously, they're coming so frequently now that I don't have the ability to do that, but I still try and give to my subscribers as much as I possibly can. But in the beginning, I really tried to build those relationships and let people know that they weren't just people on my list, that I actually cared about talking to them. And I feel that that's personally made a big difference.
Okay, so now that you've reached the sort of full-time income level, if not maybe a little bit more, what's next? Are you planning on continuing to grow? Are you going to add some more products, or give us a little plan?
I do have prior to even getting into the blogging, I had this list of this is what I want to put out and this is what I want to do, and now that this has taken off how it has, it's just inspired me and triggered me more. And the best thing about it is I know what they want now. I was planning on putting out a product that they didn't want, and I didn't realize it. And now I'm getting ready. I'm going to put out a product after January, and I'm going to put out a product that I know that they want, and they've told me that they want, and they've basically told me what they'll pay for it, and they've told me what they're willing to take and what they don't want. And I just really am so truthful and honest with my audience. I notice you are too. I think that that's really important personally. But my next product is going to be recipe based and just about training and mixing the two, and just within my field. And I also have JV offers and joint venture offers with people who want to work with me on other things. I'm of course ethically deciding on what I would or would not want to do. That's very important to me. But basically, I'm very ambitious, and I want to take it to that next level, and I want to I want to look back on this kind of an income and this kind of an ability and be like, you know what, like that was just the start of it. I've taken it to this next level, and I want to just reach as many people as I can. I want to help as many people as I can, and I want to just get out there. And the more that I bring in, the more that I can invest and then take it to that next level. So I'm just trying to dominate the world, Yaro. I'm just, I just want to reach everybody and fight obesity and save America, that kind of thing. But I really do. And honestly, I just want to help as many people as possible. And I have found that I did not come from a lot of means, and I know how important money is to putting into your business. And so, I just know the more I have to put in, the more I can help, the more I can do, and etc. So okay. That's the next level for me, taking over the world.
Fantastic. So let's say there's some budding megalomaniacs also listening to this call who want to take over the world in their little niche, in their little topic area, but they haven't made it to the point where they even can cover their basic needs, their income. What would you recommend in twofold to this? What's the trick for getting from where you used to be to where you are, and how important do you think a program like Blog Mastermind is for taking that next step?
I think that the absolute first thing that I think people need to understand, and you have to work for this. This is not coasting, and not to say that it hasn't been incredibly rewarding and that it won't be continually rewarding. And I can see how at a point coasting or working a little less aggressively, will happen. But I'm this is morning to night. I get up and I do my in-day job that I have, because I'm a trainer in person as well. And I do my training, and then I have my laptop with me, and in between clients, in between phone calls, when I'm eating dinner, I mean, it takes ambition. It takes ambition to a degree, and you have to work at it, and you have to do it every day, and not to get burned out, of course, but you really need to give it all you have, because there's so much competition, and there's so much information overload, and you really have to make yourself stand apart. So I think that the trick, in my opinion, is one of them is you have to work. You have to really, 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 really work at it. Beyond that, you have to know what to do so you don't waste your time doing the wrong things. And that is where Blog Mastermind comes in. And there is absolutely no way, and I'm a research horse. I mean, I'm an information junkie, love, love, love information. And I could have maybe found out some of this stuff if I would have spent 5 years, like looking at, I mean, because when you don't know about something, you have to research it, and And I don't even want to talk about, like, I think I learned CSS like maybe 3 years. It took me like 3 years to finally for it to click one day. And then, but I could have read a book and someone would have written it right and it would have clicked for me. And I got your program, and it was a really instant click, and it was just really every step by step the information that you needed. So and I don't go to anyone else. I don't spend any time wasting or looking around. I don't do any sort of information overload on blogging. This is my source, and it has worked absolutely perfect for me. And I will be blog masterminding for many, many years to come. So absolutely, it's the source.
Well, I feel pressure now. I have to keep up with this. So thank you for that, Leigh. We haven't mentioned your website address, so let's get that out the door first. Where can people check out this amazing blog of yours?
Oh, yeah. You can check it out through www.avidityfitness.net. You can also type in Leigh Peele in Google. It's a little bit easier. I have the worst blog name ever, but
spell out that blog name so we can get that again.
AVIDITY, Avidity, and then fitness, FITNESS.net, not .com. Okay, I mean, like, really, I shouldn't be successful. Yeah. Do you hear that name? I mean, like, that is just, but it's, for right now, for better or for worse, it's the name. So, but yeah, it's avidityfitness.net. And you can also find it through Googling Leigh Peele. I'm pretty much, I rule, Leigh Peele.
So that's LEIGHPEELE for people
yes.
who can't spell that one. All right, great, Leigh. Thank you for taking the time to do this, and I'm so happy that you're getting some rewards from what you're doing, and obviously working hard to get those rewards. And I hope that acts as inspiration to everyone else, because we all go through that process. I think of, it is tough early on when you need to form the foundations for what you're planning on building, and that's when the real work is required. And you're right, the coasting can start later on, when you start getting some systems and some people and some momentum. It's the most important thing. But early on, you face a lot of mindset setbacks, so you just got to keep working through them. But I appreciate that, because I hope that's motivational for everyone. And good luck with the continued growth of your blogging business. And of course, I'll speak to you in the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for the interview with Leigh. I hope you enjoyed that. I found that one a really particularly interesting conversation, because Leigh really pointed out the importance of gathering feedback and what a blog and combining a blog with an email list can do for really getting you in touch with your customers. And I think it was a really important point she made there regarding asking what your audience wants and what they would potentially be willing to pay for, versus just creating a product hoping that they want it and thinking that that's what they need. So not only can a blog make money, it gives you the tool to figure out what can make money. So you can start a blog on a topic area and then use the blog as the research tool itself to find where the money is. So again, thanks Leigh for taking the time to do that. And just want to point out to anyone, if you're interested in, of course, following in the footsteps of Leigh and starting a blog, I think you can see that having a coaching program has really helped her, and she's making money with her blog now. She's got some fantastic traffic with her blog now, and clearly the training she went through in my coaching program, Blog Mastermind, had a significant impact on the success she has enjoyed. So if you'd like to follow in her footsteps and go through my process and join Blog Mastermind, just head to the Blog Mastermind coaching information page, which is at www.blogmastermind.com/coaching. And there you'll find all the details about my program. And I'd like to make a special note about this. You can see that Leigh's blog has nothing to do with making money on the internet or internet marketing or any of those topics that people often say are the only ways you can make money. So it's pretty clear that there is money to be made in all kinds of topics on the internet. So chances are whatever it is you're good at, whatever it is you're willing to be passionate and work hard at, can become a significant money-making venture for you too. That's it for me. My name is Yara Stark. I hope to see you perhaps in the Blog Mastermind program. If not, of course, on my Blog Tips newsletter or at my blog itself, Entrepreneur's Journey. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.